Hello and welcome to this episode. We are here at Old Goa. Why Old Goa? The exposition of the Sacred Relics of St Francis Xavier is about to begin in a few days' time. The exposition starts on the 21st of November, will go on till the 5th of January. That's about 45 days' time. Well, we are here at the Sacred Cathedral, where the body of St Francis Xavier will be brought from the Basilica, will be brought and kept over here, exactly over here, for people to come and venerate the body. Entrance for the people to venerate the body was from the right hand side of the church. This time they've changed it, and the main entrance will be for people to come in and venerate the body. Well, people will throng to Old Goa this year for the exposition. Government and the church has been doing work over time to make sure that the preparations are ready. Well, to know more about the preparations and arrangements for the exposition, let us go and meet Fr Henry Falcao, who is the convener for the Exposition Committee. Let's go. Father, thank you for taking your time and coming and meeting us.
Thank you, Clive.
Father, before we start, can you give us a short brief about St. Francis Xavier for our viewers?
St. Francis Xavier was a Jesuit priest, coming from a very noble family. He underwent a change of heart and mind through St. Ignatius of Loyola, who helped him to change his life. He wanted a very great life, an ambitious life. He wanted to be a professor. But then when he fell in love with Christ, his life was changed. And then he became a great and ardent missionary of the good news. And that is how St. Francis Xavier landed in Goa, because of his zeal for Christ and zeal to win souls for Christ, souls for God. And that's why we are privileged in Goa to have his relics now. And the exposition is about to happen.
Father, थोड्याच दीस उरले जाता. कितले काम कंप्लीट जाला, कितले काम उरला तुमचे आता. When it comes to the government side, also government तुमका help करता खूप. Inside तुम्ही चर्चाचे तुमचे खूप काम झाला. But how much, कितले काम उरला आहे?
From the side of the church, we are ready for the event, because we had started the preparations long back. So from the side of the church, we can say we are ready. From the side of the government, they are working, but I have always been saying that the work was delayed, work was slow. But in these days, in the last week and the last 15 days, the work has picked up. The pace of the work has picked up. And I'm confident that the works will be over. The last deadline that is given to the government also was 10th to finish some of the works. Another few works will be latest by 15th of November. You can see the tarring of the roads and all that's happening. Even the pandals have come up for the veneration queue. The pandal at the Basilica is coming up. So I think we are on track. Delayed, but I'm hopeful and confident that we will be ready for the 21st.
Father, exposition happens every 10 years. Which is this exposition at the moment?
This is the 18th exposition. 18th exposition. 10 years, 2014 was the 17th one. This tradition of having the exposition every 10 years is maybe a feature of the 20th century. We started in the 20th century. Why 10 years? I may not be able to tell you, but it has been a tradition of the Archdiocese. There are also rumors, every 10 years those rumors come that
this is the last exposition.
Last exposition.
Yes.
But which is not true. The Archbishop, in his initial decree, he said, it is a tradition of the Archdiocese to have exposition every 10 years. And nowhere it is mentioned that it is the last exposition. No.
For the 21st the inaugural, what exactly is going to happen? Can you please tell us full?
For the inaugural, we begin with the Mass. We begin with the Mass at 9:30 in the morning. The Mass will take place in front of the Basilica, where we have the special pandal. And after the Mass, we will have the procession with the Sacred Relics. The Sacred Relics will be lowered on the 20th evening. evening. It is a very private ceremony which is attended only by the Archbishop and his very close collaborators. It is also not a public, we don't allow also media. And on the 21st, after the Mass, the relics will be taken in a procession from the Basilica to the cathedral, where it will be kept for the next 45 or 46 days till the 5th of January.
And who will be the main guest for the 21st?
For the 21st, the main celebrant for the Holy Eucharist is the Archbishop of Delhi.
Okay.
He is a son of Goa. Archbishop Anil Kuto will preside over the Holy Eucharist.
Father,
and also with our cardinals.
The last time when I was there in 2014, the entry of people used to be from this angle. आता यापटी change किती झाला?
We have changed the veneration queue entry to the cathedral, no? As you have said, 10 वर्सां आदीं आणि त्या आदीं ते भाशेन घडये जातालें. People would enter through this side door of the cathedral, no? But this time, keeping also in mind the solemnity and the grandeur of the cathedral, no, we wanted to give people also a feel of that grandeur, no, entering through the main door, because people come from far and wide, no, international people, and let them also, we said, have a glimpse of the beautiful cathedral. No? So that was the main reason. Other reason was also to facilitate people better, no? Because entering through the main door, we can at least send two queues together. Otherwise, it would be only one queue. So the time would also will be saved.
What time every day the exposition? What time does it start in the morning?
7 o'clock in the morning, we will begin the veneration.
Every day?
Every day from the 22nd of November till the 4th of January. It's the same time, from 7 o'clock till 6 o'clock in the evening. No?
Father, now the खूप लोक जाणटी येतली, sick people, तांकां कितें separate तुमी entry दवरल्या or some separate pass बी कितें दवरला तांकां?
For the sick and the people with disabilities, no, that is the gate that normally we keep that gate. Even 10 years back, it was the same. The gate in front of the church of St Francis of Assisi. No? That will be also an entry for the wheelchairs. Also, we are arranging buggies to facilitate the movement. So that will be an entry. So there are passes which were all open in our parishes, at least in Goa. Those who are coming from outside Goa, they will have to collect a pass or maybe have to produce a letter from the parish priest or from the doctor. Or if it is a disabled or person with disability, they will have to get a certificate of the government, no, that they are disabled or person with a disability. Now, that is a procedure because it's a very delicate counter. Everybody wants to go through the special queue, no? But how to control it, whom to give, that also difficult. Father, the
45 days mass, 45 days exposition, Christmas also comes into it, New Year also comes into it. So where are these masses going to be held for the Christmas and New Year?
This year, all the masses will be held in the Pendol at the Basilica, no? In between is also the feast of Saint Catherine of Alexandria. She is the patroness of the cathedral. Now that feast is on the 25th of November, no? And every year it would be held in the cathedral. But this year, because the relics will be inside the cathedral, the feast will also be in the Pendol at the Basilica, no?
Any protocols for, are you expecting any VVIPs this year? Or kide protocol tanga separate bhi kide ha?
So far, we have not got any intimation or information about VVIPs coming, no? But if at all they come, there is a protocol officer that is appointed by the government, no? And the protocol officer will be on duty at the Exposition Secretariat. So any VIPs or VVIPs coming, they will have to get in touch with the protocol officer, no? And then we will follow the protocol that is there, no? we also have to follow, because they are people who are our representatives. So that protocol which is designated by the government will be followed through the protocol officer.
One thing which everyone wanted to know is, and also PM Modi said he's going to invite Pope, CM said PM is going to invite Pope. Is Pope coming?
No, the Pope coming to the exposition is not a possibility, no, because the exposition is just 14 days away, and the coming of the Pope has to be planned well in advance, at least 2 years in advance, and which has not happened. So I can say that Pope is not coming for the exposition. Yeah, not been invited, I would say, because the Pope has to be invited by the government at the center. No, the Pope cannot be invited by the state government. No, by the central government. There's also a protocol, and he has to be invited almost 2 years in advance. No,
his itinerary has to be fixed well in advance.
It's fixed almost 2 years in advance. No?
You are part of the Exposition Committee at the moment. Any invitation has been gone to Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
No, we have not sent any invites to anybody. No, anybody. So far, we haven't sent invites even to our people or maybe political people, to the government officials also in Goa. And we will not be inviting for the inaugural ceremony and the closing ceremony any VIPs or VVIPs. No, anybody is free to come and take part in the Mass, but invitation will go from the church only for the feast. That is the 3rd of December. But other days, no.
You said feast. Who is going to be the main celebrant of the feast, and what are going to be the Mass timings?
On the feast day, the first Mass begins at 3:45, or quarter to 4 a.m. Yeah. And then every 1 hour 15 minutes, at the break of 1 hour 15 minutes, there is going to be a Mass throughout the day. 10:30 is going to be the solemn high Mass, or the feast Mass we call. All Masses are feast Masses, but then it's a solemn Mass at 10:30, and Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, he's from the Philippines, but based in Rome right now. He is the pro-prefect of the Congregation for Evangelization, so he will be the main celebrant.
Padat me, the lok already how many people are you expecting for the 45 days of the
I have said earlier also, maybe my expectations are maybe at least 80 lakhs.
80 lakhs.
80 lakhs, no? Yeah, because 10 years ago, it was almost, the count that we had was almost 5.5 million, and 10 years hence, the transport facilities have increased. The media, the communication today, people from all over the world have come to know about Exposition. So given all these factors, that is my estimate, but maybe more or less, it's always a guess. It's always a guess. Yeah.
We always see people coming, pilgrims coming, walking from various parts of the state. I mean, outside the state, like maybe Vasai from where are these people coming? From which part are more?
Yeah, normally, as you have said, people come from Vasai. They come also from Belgaum, a neighboring state of Belgaum. They come, a lot of them. And we have made also arrangements for these walking pilgrims, as we do every year. But this year, because of the exposition, there may be more groups. But we don't have an exact record of all the groups. There are some groups who are regular. They come every year, even for the feast every year. But now, because this year it's an exposition, we expect more walking pilgrims.
And Tanchi, bandobas, like where are they going to be staying?
We have what is called a Pilgrim Village, Pilgrim Village in a property called Santa Monica, which is close to the St. Augustine's Tower. So there we have also built cottages. The government has helped us to build cottages for this type of pilgrim, the walking pilgrims, and also other people, maybe pilgrims who do not have a facility to book in advance. they are not internet savvy or do not have a mobile or do not have a WhatsApp, who just come and they look for some accommodation. They cannot stay in hotels, or so we have made also facilities for them.
Okay, Father, last security measures. What are going to be the security measures for people?
Security measures, I think we have also have heightened security measures this time because of the various factors that are around. But I think the security people are doing their duty well. Security even 10 years back was taken care of. We have also metal detectors. We have also baggage scanners. We have said that water bottles and other objects will not be allowed inside the cathedral. We will not allow baggages also. No bags will be allowed inside the cathedral. Mobiles, phones need to be switched off or they have to be on flight mode. So these are some of the precautions that we have taken. Besides, also there will be patrolling. A lot of police, also coastal police will do patrolling. So these are some of the measures that we have.
Exposition खूप volunteers जाय पडतात. Volunteersचे किती तुम्ही केला and how many volunteers are going to be there, and have you done training for them?
Yeah, last Saturday in fact, we had a first meeting with our volunteers. Almost 1,200 attended. Volunteers we need a lot because 45 days there are masses every day, and there at the mass we need volunteers, ushering people. We also need volunteers at the cathedral where the veneration happens. We need volunteers for the veneration queue. Plus there are also volunteers from the side of the government. Also the first aid, the medical facilities. So all these things have to be taken care of, and we have volunteers for the moment. And I hope things will go on well.
For the last question, this is your first time in the Exposition Committee, or were you there before?
10 years back, I was a member of the Exposition Committee, but this time I'm the convener of the Exposition Committee. And I think my experience 10 years back was a help. Now I can fall back on the things 10 years back and improve on what had happened 10 years back.
Well, we hope that this is going to be a very successful exposition. Father, thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us. Also, we will be showing masses on Prudent Media live of the exposition every day. Keep watching Prudent.